Bergen, I'll start with you. I'll move to Rebekah. What does it mean to be named captain?
It's awesome. It's a big honor to be a captain at Nebraska, but I think everybody knows that's not the main goal of the season. We have way bigger goals than that, so it's cool and it's exciting and it is an honor, but we're not really thinking too much about it.
Rebekah, yourself?
Yeah, I mean, she pretty much crushed it. I think it'll be something that I get to look back on at my time here in Nebraska and say, wow, that's pretty cool that I was honored the title, but as of right now, here in the present moment, it doesn't really change much things just because we already have so many leaders.
How did you guys find out?
In the meeting. Yeah, we just did a vote in a little box.
Dani, how do you end up with 3 captains as the number?
No, I think we have a big team this year and felt like we have a lot of leaders. You know, it would have been really easy to have 5 captains based on like what this team might need, but we just thought 3 was appropriate for the size of the team.
Dani, what are your emotions like on the eve of your first match here at Nebraska as head coach?
Just excited. You know, it feels like we've had a lot of dress rehearsals, so it's finally the real thing. And you know, our team feels like we're ready, and I just hope what we're feeling in practice translates to the match tomorrow.
How's it going, everybody? I'm your question.
Rebekah, Bergen, what's it like playing volleyball on PBA? Different environment? What's similar to Final Four? What's it like to be out there on the court?
Yeah, I think a lot of us were saying it felt like we're in December already. Like it really feels like a Final Four environment, which is cool, and obviously we know the fans are going to bring it, so that'll make it even better. So it'll be really exciting, and I'm excited to get to be the first ones to play volleyball here.
Yeah.
Did you ever play here with state volleyball?
Oh, I did. Ugh, those are not great memories. So I did though.
Are you ready to make new memories?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is there like a depth perception that you have to get used to just playing, practicing obviously earlier? Like, is there an adjustment with the depth perception versus Devaney versus here that you guys have to kind of work through?
Personally, as an attacker, I didn't notice too big of a difference serving-wise, a little bit, but not too big of a change.
Yeah, I think it's a little different everywhere we go, and it's mostly for the passers, I would say. That's the biggest change, but that's what our day before practice is for, is just to get acclimated to it.
Are you guys changing the routine of a pregame? Like, obviously, away game, you're at a hotel, it's technically in your home city. Are they staying at their own places? You guys doing a team hotel, anything like that?
Yeah, I think we get to go home, but practice, and then we'll do pre-match at Devaney, and then we'll come back. So it's a little kind of like, what's the word? Ambiguity? Is that the word? Ambiguous? It's a little kind of like freestyle, but nothing too out of the ordinary.
Coach, Pittsburgh was one of the best serving teams in the country last year, and some of those players are gone, but some of them are back. How do you prepare for that?
Well, they're probably sick of me talking about Pitt and the way they play, so I've been, beating it into these guys, just that we have to be ready for a great serving team. We have to be ready for a team that's super gritty, a team that makes it very, very difficult to kill balls. So we've done some drills this week to hopefully get us in that mindset, but the serving is, I think they're going to be even tougher this year. Just they have a couple more jump servers, and typically their servers don't get worse. They get better with age, and so the ones that are returning are going to be even better. So we have some great practice players, and then we're a great serving team ourselves. So, we are seeing good serves every day, which will help us prepare.
Dani, did you take the lead on the scout of Pitt, given your familiarity with them?
Oh, a little bit. That's Jalen's. He puts together the scout, but I certainly had a lot of input.
Dani, eventually, what do you want this team to be known for? What do you want opposing coaches to say about Nebraska when they start their scout?
I think first and foremost that they're going to have to prep for a lot of players, because we're really deep, and that they might know even later in the season, know who the starters are, but they're going to have to prep for 2, 3, 4 other attackers. And then I want us to be known as a great defensive team and a really gritty team, and a team that, again, is really, really tough to kill balls against.
Bergen and Rebekah, you guys have obviously played in a lot of great atmospheres. obviously both on the road and at home. What's it like to kind of cross this venue off the bucket list, just kind of starting the season off like this, playing some competition?
It's pretty cool. I feel like kind of what we answered earlier, it does feel like a lot like a Final Four. So moving forward, I'm really grateful that a lot of the newbies get to experience this so they can stow that away. Because I think when you actually come to the venue and it's full, it feels like a whole new atmosphere. So it's nice that we can kind of break the ice with that.
Yeah, it'll be really cool just to have a big home court advantage, obviously, but get to be in a little bigger place than Devaney. And we've all watched a lot of other sporting events here, and there's been a lot of other really cool games that have happened here. So we're excited to be one of them.
Rebekah, what are some of the challenges of blocking a player like Olivia Babcock?
Discipline. Everyone wants the big, flashy block, but at the end of the day, like if you just do your job, naturally the ball will find you. Because she can only hit so far, right? And so if you can take care of your space, naturally your defense will fill around it. But yeah, the hardest part is just being disciplined and not trying to do too much.
Dani, when in the hiring process, or when did you find out that Nebraska was slated to be part of this, and kind of what was your reaction to Nebraska being involved with the event?
Oh, I feel like I knew that Pitt and Nebraska were in this event, long ago when talks were happening, but it didn't really dawn on me that I would be coaching at Nebraska and playing Pitt in my first match. So, but shortly after, when I got the schedule, after I got hired, it's like, really, John, are we really going Pitt, Stanford, and Kentucky out the gate? So, it was just pretty interesting setup, but I'm excited. I have tons of respect for Pitt and their staff, and I think it's a huge challenge for us. And like I've been telling these guys, the way they play makes it even more challenging and exciting to learn a lot about this team and our personality early on.
You put together schedules at Louisville too. What is it about volleyball where the top teams in the sport are willing to play each other early on and not worry about losses but take on that challenge early?
The goal is to get a seed, whether it's top 16 or top 4, and you got to play the top teams. And if you can't get that in conference every single night, you gotta do it in these first 4 weeks. I also think the little extra practice time and the fact that our players are around in the summer makes us feel a little more comfortable. And when I say us, I'm talking about coaches, about coming out of the gate playing these great teams. And our players physically are more ready than they might have been, 10 years ago. So I think it's accumulation of a lot of things.
Time for a few more.
Besides just winning, obviously, what is it, Coach, you want to accomplish for this team, just lineup-wise? What do you want to learn this week?
Again, trying to figure out kind of the personality of this team. I want to, of course, we named captains, but I don't think those are the end-all, be-all leaders on the floor. Like, who's going to step up in big moments and, kind of learn what's going to be challenges again in December. And like I said earlier this week, the quicker we learn that, the more we can work on it and get ready for the challenges ahead. But lineup-wise, I think we'll learn a lot this weekend, but I don't think anything will be set in stone after this weekend.
Rebekah, since the stadium match, we've seen a lot of high schools across the country hold outdoor matches tonight. The Millard schools, all 3 of them, began together to hold one at their football stadium. What do you think of that, and just seeing programs like that follow your lead?
Oh, with filling out stadiums?
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. Are you kidding me? I feel like it's the epitome of Nebraska fans. I think we show out for each other. We show out for our neighbors. We can make a block party super fun, I just recently had the team over for a barbecue, and I feel like just the overall Nebraska fan experience is you just show up and you support each other. So it's cool that the trickle-down effect from the stadium match is feeding into high schools.
Coach, kind of...
With the expanded roster, how do you expect to manage redshirts?
Oh, we'll address that several times throughout the year. So, I think you can go into the first match with the plan, and that can always change. But we're going to have those conversations when they're appropriate with players and make sure that between the player and coaches that we're all on the same page. But I think that could, again, you go into a season with a plan, and sometimes that changes, and most of the time you make it the whole way through. So I think it's just understanding what could derail a plan.
Frustrating that the second they step onto the floor, it's Berg.
Oh, of course. I don't know what the basketball rules are. Yeah, but football you can have a lot of games. So I know that's been on the table for volleyball for a couple years, and it'd be great to see that changed.
Do you have the plan to redshirt anyone?
Right now, possibly. Again, I think it's a little too early to really dive into that, but.
Dani, what are some of the reasons you're excited to have Nebraska Volleyball play a match in the NBA?
Just that it hasn't been done before. Nebraska Volleyball feels like they've done everything, and this is like one thing that I get to do. So that's as a head coach. So that's pretty cool, and I think the big arenas just create a different vibe. And like Becca already said, it's this experience of playing in a big arena that we can look back on again. Other places, but in particular in December, whether that's a regional or a Final Four, is being able to have this experience. And the AVCA does a great job of setting this up like a Final Four feel. But again, I think it's mostly that it hasn't been done before, and I personally enjoy playing in the huge arenas.
How do you embrace the challenge of playing 2 top 10 ranked teams to open the season?
Yeah, it's been work that a lot of us have been putting in since January, and then we added 4 more, so it's been over the summer too. It's just kind of falling back on all the training that we've put in the last 7-8 months, and we've obviously been working really hard these last couple of weeks, but it's a good challenge for us right out the bat, and we obviously have some changes that have happened since last year too, so it'll be fun and it'll be exciting to just, like Dani said, kind of see how our team responds right away.
This 3 days of volleyball here too, but there's also another day on Monday up at Sioux Falls. Do you get some pride out of seeing Sioux Falls host a big start of the volleyball season? Yeah,
for sure. It's super cool, and the Pentagon's a great arena, so I'm excited for people to get to play there. But I think it's sold out there, so that's cool. Just that volleyball is growing there too. I think it's always been a lot of steps behind Nebraska, but it's definitely growing, and the excitement is getting there too.
Rebekah, obviously rosters change every single year for you, being your senior year and playing with this group in your final ride. How excited are you to just kind of showcase what this year's team, the personality of this year's team?
Oh, wow. I'm very excited. I feel like what's going to happen in December is going to be a long time coming, and I think we all have a chip on our shoulder. So, yeah, I don't want to speak too far in the future just because so much can happen. There's a lot of volleyball that needs to be played, but as of right now, I know that we really want good things to happen, and we're all going to do everything in our power to do that.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.